What up, guys? It's your boy Smoothfinger715. Welcome back to the channel. I totally appreciate every single one of you guys that comes and even takes a little peek at what I got going on here today. We're going to be playing some DayZ. Now, I'm going to be asking. I'm going to be asking my fellow streamers or anybody that happens to watch this video. I need a little bit of help here. This game in particular has like a push to talk or an open mic function just in case you run into other people. Having a microphone on this game is probably one of your best weapons. Simply put, you can uh, deter somebody who might take you as a potential threat and maybe turn them into a potential ally. So I kind of need some help on figuring out how to um, intertwine the two audios. And what I mean by that is I have my headset and mic connected to my PC, and I'm recording through OBS and a capture card from my Xbox. So the gameplay you're seeing right now is Xbox gameplay, but the video itself is being recorded and edited through OBS. The issue that I have is, as of right now, I don't have in-game mic. So if we encounter somebody, I won't be able to talk to them or uh, keep them from attacking or whatever. So for these first couple of videos, until I get some help, and please drop your tips in the. Oh my gosh, we're already getting attacked. Um, Drop your tips and your. Uh, oh no, I just died. Uh, Drop your tips and your anything that you guys can whatever you do to help me out here in the comment section. That would be great. Um, so obviously, I was too busy jib jabbering my jaw here, and uh, we lost that one. So um, that one in particular, I'm kind of on the fence about because this particular character had a lot of stuff on him, but I was already on the verge of like dying and everything, starving to death. So um, it is what it is. So let's just get into it and see what we can do. This game is pretty cool. Um, it's a basic zombie apocalypse survival game. Um, let's see here. What did it start us off with? Basic stuff. All right. So it'll always start you off with that. And that depends on the server too, because I've jumped into some servers where let's go ahead and do this real quick. I've jumped into some servers where they start you off with like a flash grenade and some like army helmets or things like that of that sort. Um, so, but I know that your basic ones will start you off with at least some bandages, a glow stick, some apples, things like that. Boom. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna try to make the best of it. Gosh, that is a really horrible start here. I'm already bleeding out here. What's cool about this game is it's one of those situations, or is this one of those games where you know you're gonna die. Um, there's gonna be times where you're it's gonna happen. So you just gotta kind of get used to that. But once you can grasp that concept, um, the rest of the game is just fun. You're basically just looking around for. Oh, snaps! Hi. So that was another player. I was gonna say hi, but like I said, I don't know how to. I don't know how to mix the two audios, so this is what I need help on. But you find you're basically just trying to just build up your survival pack, so to speak. And there's like tons of stuff that you can pick up to help you out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I really dislike playing in the dark. Um, there is a what do they call it? Like a time advancement thing on this game. God, it's gonna make it look like I'm following this person. I'm not doing it on purpose. Where there is like a time acceleration thing, and there is a time acceleration thing on here, but it takes forever for the day to pop up. Um, and I really don't like playing at night just because um, I can't see hardly anything on. Oh, what's up? What's up? What are we doing here? I can't really see anything um, in front of me, and so it just makes it really hard to play the game. As you guys just saw, um, it's it just kind of sneaks up on you. Things just kind of just come out of the dark at you, which I guess it would be like the reality of the situation. Like if this was real life, this is exactly how it would be. There would be next to no power grid, if any at all. And if you did go out at night, it would be pitch black. Um, so I guess it adds a little bit of realism to it. But me personally, I don't like it just simply because um, just the lack of being able to see anything. Um, so let's see here. Gosh, where are we, guys? I don't even know where we're at. So this is a new character respawn. Just lost all my stuff, and like I said, it's pretty heartbreaking when you um, spend hours or even weeks on a specific character. Whoa. Um, and then through your own stupidity or um, a wrong move or a bad decision, you lose everything. Um, but like I said, we're just gonna roll with it and see what we can come up with. I'm just gonna go ahead and play through the darkness here. The great thing about it is I do have my. Oh, here we go. You hear that that gurgling, that roaring or whatever. Somebody saw me, but I don't know where they're at, and I won't know until they start coming at me. Whoa. There she is. Do it. Excellent. Now, if you notice right there, it says infected with the red dot and a plus. If it has a plus, it means that the zombie has an item on them. Those items are completely random. But sometimes it could be food, which is really helpful. Sometimes it could be tools. Sometimes it could even just be as simple as like an article of clothing, which really, really helps. Um, Now, as I go through this, I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of tips for those guys that haven't, for those of you that haven't played this game and are interested in it, like I was, just to kind of start you off a little bit, um, because there is a lot to this game. Um, oh, got somebody. Oh, snaps. Do it. So, obviously, the first thing that I'm going to be kind of helping you guys out with is combat. Um, the combat in this game is extremely challenging. Um, if you're not careful, you can definitely put yourself in a bad spot. So, one thing that I learned, and from a, uh, I learned this from another YouTube channel, and like I said, you can go through anywhere on YouTube that has DayZ gameplay and tips and tricks, and there's hundreds of channels out there of people that have got um, hours. I'm talking about a lot of hours clocked on this game that got better, more useful tips. But since we're already here, like I said, combat is one of those things that you need to learn to master it, because if not, it can definitely make or break your situation. So, bless you. So, combat. Um, Whenever you've got a zombie coming after you, you see me go up into combat stance like this. You cannot swing or attack unless you're in combat stance. And like I said, I'm playing on the Xbox, so combat stance is activated with the left trigger. Ooh, water. I will take that. Um, excuse me. You hold the left trigger up like this, and this is technically your block. But this puts you into combat stance. And what you want to do is here's a zombie here, so this is going to be a good example. Here we go. I'm in combat stance, and then you want to back up as they're attacking. They're going to attack twice. You swing in with Y, which is your heavier attack. And like I said, walk backwards, blocking, and then once they do that second hit, you swing in there. You're going to want to step forward and go in there with your heavy punch. The light punches don't really do anything except just make them more angry. But like I said, your heavy punch or your heavy strike from any of your weapons is going to be your best friend. But notice on the bottom left of the screen, next to that little running person icon, that you do have a stamina meter, and you can run your stamina down. When your stamina runs all the way down, you cannot attack. You can't run. You can't really do anything of that nature. Man, I know I was in this house before. So you want to keep an eye on your stamina. Sprinting will drop that. Also, things like your over encumbrance. If you're carrying too much, that will affect you. Things like that. Um, so that's that. Player combat is a little bit different. Yeah, we got ourselves a chicken now. Chickens are good for food. We're gonna take that, put that in our inventory. Um, Player combat's a little bit different. 9 times out of 10, you will get uh, somebody will come after you, and they will have a rifle or some kind of weapon, and it makes it gets a little bit iffy at that point because it's basic, it's your basic, evade and strike when you can. Um, you never bring a knife to a gunfight, sort of rules. Um, Things like that. Guys, I'm going backwards here. I am so sorry. And this is why I don't like playing in the dark, because there's no compass, there's no way to get my bearings. So I'm just really going to have to. Okay, so this is the way that I was going. I'm sure I've been in here, but we're gonna look at this house again. Um, Now there are a lot of audio cues on this game that will give you a little bit of insight on what's going on around you or to you. So right now, that like grumbling that you hear, that's my stomach, and it's because I'm hungry. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this apple. Now the thing about it's this is, like I said, this is a survival game. So you're um, eating, drinking, things like that are things that you have to have. They are an absolute staple and key to your survival. With that being said, um, little tips that I can give you. If you're One thing I'm learning right now is, especially like at night, this glow stick will give me away. Flashlights will give me away to other human players, to other people playing this game. And like I said, without in-game mic, I can't let them know that I'm not a threat to them. Um, but honestly, roads are going to be your best friend when you're at night. You just pick a direction and go with it, and listen to your audio. Listen to if you hear footsteps, if you hear growling, if just it turns into a listening game at that point in time. Um, but I'm not a threat, and I'm not worried about dying. I don't have that many hours clocked, but it's one of those situations where I've died numerous times on this game, and it's become like waking up in the morning to me. So uh, I don't mind it. Um, but we're just taking a stroll down this road with our glow stick in our hands so that we have some kind of light. Also, know that zombies will notice you a lot easier with the glow stick, and I can choose to like kind of walk, this way like this by just gently pressing on the stick. And you see on the bottom left there, next to my character, the audio. That's how much noise I'm making. Um, Crouching prevents a lot of that, so you can sneak around a lot. Zombies won't hear you sneaking around like this unless you're right up on them. At that point in time, they can turn around and just really ruin your day. Um, what's another like good beginner thing that I learned? This is not your typical game as far as zombie survival games go. One zombie is uh, the ratio would be like one zombie, you got a fighting chance. Two zombies, it's a little bit iffy. If you can keep both of them in front of you and fight them off one at a time with keeping an eye at the same time to your stamina, you might have a chance. But three or more zombies is a death wish. Um, so that does happen. Uh, like I said, with the in-game chat, you can use the push to talk or have your mic open all the time. But I prefer to keep it on push to talk. And if I see a zombie out in the distance in a group, I kind of wait till they separate themselves from the group, and then you can use the push to talk to whistle or kind of like whisper at them if you get close enough to grab their attention. And then, like I said, you just back up with your combat stance ready to go, and then use the before mentioned strategies to take them out. I haven't run into like super zombies or anything like that, but there is different types of zombies, just like there's different types of people in the world, right? So, for instance, you will have your civilian type zombies that will have, no armor or anything like that. They're just regular civilians that unfortunately got killed, and they turned into zombies. Um, those people won't have. Um, uh, they might have food, they might have clothes, they might have something that might help you, but it's not going to be great. In reference to what would be quote unquote super zombies, I think I'm in a good area to tell this to you. Okay, good. So I am. Um, this in particular would be like a military type situation. So if you run into a lot of like military vehicles, things like that, chances are you're going to run into some soldiers that got turned, and those guys are a little bit harder to deal with because they do have body armor. They do have some might carry weapons and things like that. Now, do they use those weapons? No. But the armor itself is going to be an issue for you, especially if you don't have a weapon in your hand that can get through it. You will burn through your stamina using your fist. Now, I'm not saying that they're unbeatable or unkillable using your fists, but it is a little bit more difficult to maneuver that situation when you don't have anything to fight them with, because you're having to punch through the armor. And I don't know if you guys have ever punched anybody with armor, or if you've hit a wall or anything, but 9 times out of 10, the armor and the wall will win. Um, yes, here we go, guys. We got some brass knuckles. Let's, man, I okay. Well, we're just gonna put that to our inventory for right now, until we get some daylight, and then we can equip those brass knuckles, and that's a good, decent starting weapon. Um, that's okay for me. Now, let's move on to the subject of um, survival. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get into this game is you want to find yourself something sharp, a knife, a hatchet. Um, find a way to craft a rock into um, some kind of knife. The reason I say that is because if, as you guys can see, I don't have anything covering my hands. This game is real. I'm not gonna say particular because that's the wrong term to use, but this game is super realistic in the sense of if you've ever tried, like, say you're camping and you've tried to collect sticks for firewood or things like that, and you're not wearing gloves. I don't know, but I'm sure everybody can relate to this. But if you're bundling up sticks or you're tearing down a bush, you get cuts, you get things like that, lacerations on your hands, just randomly. In this game, getting a cut or a laceration could spell life or death for you in the instance of you can get an infection if you don't have, and I've just come across this is iodine. So if you don't have anything that's going to disinfect that wound before you bandage it, you may stop the bleeding, but you're looking at just really, really bad news bears, because the infection will kill you faster than the wound will. Um, so there's that. So you want to find something sharp that you can use to cut up cloth. For instance, you'll find a bunch of shirts. I just found a jacket, pants, whatever, that you're going to want to use that sharp object to cut into rags. You can then craft those rags into hand wraps and a face wrap. The face wraps will help you keep a little bit warm. And then the hand wraps, not only will they double as helping you stay somewhat warm, but they will protect you from, getting your hands cut up collecting bundles of wood. You can also use your sharp object to harvest branches and stuff, which makes it a little bit easier. But if you don't have anything like that, no, you want to protect your hands, is what I'm saying, basically. Um, so there's that. Let's talk inventory. Inventory management is going to be your best friend in this game. Um, as you can see in vicinity, this is the shirt, the jacket that's on the floor right now. You're going to see that it has a number, which is a 6 on the top right. That number is how many items um, your I'm sorry, no, that was a total lie. I'm sorry, guys. Underneath, it says tracksuit jacket 0 of 15. 15 is the amount of slots that this piece of clothing has. um, like I said, inventory management is going to be important. We're going to equip that jacket because not only does it give insulation against the cold, but it's got a little bit more inventory slots than just a regular t-shirt. So once you swap out stuff, it's going anything that was on that item is going to go with it. So you see how I swapped my jacket with my shirt, and everything that was on the shirt went with the shirt. So if I didn't re send it back to my inventory, I would have lost all of that. So every article of clothing has that. You also want to find things like backpacks, better pants. Better shoes will help you in certain situations. Gloves will always help you. Um, uh, Headwear is going to be very important. I got a motorbike helmet, which is really helpful when it comes to taking damage. Um, but it, as you can see, it kind of like uh, it makes it like you're looking through a visor, so it does kind of hinder your vision a little bit. So depending on what you have, you're gonna face certain things like that. Um, what else? What else? What else? Oh, okay. So you guys saw that I picked up this water bottle earlier. Now, the thing with the water bottles is we're gonna say in this game, you don't want to ever drink anything that's already pre-existing in a bottle unless it's in pristine condition. And the reason I say that is because there's bacterias, there's again things like that that can affect you, which would happen realistically if this situation was to come true. So what I always do is I got a plastic bottle. The bottle itself is very useful because I can use that to fill up with clean water from a stream or from a well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down here and I'm going to empty this bottle. And I'm going to go ahead and save that bottle. We're going to, like I said, it's a lifesaver. I've run into situations where I've found canteens. Canteens are extremely helpful. Again, conditions of your items really matter on this game. So you will see, for instance, on this jacket, it says tracksuit jacket. It's got a green dot. It's worn. So that means it's in pretty decent condition. You'll see how it says medium insulation. The insulation type will vary depending on what jacket you pick up. But the condition of whatever article of clothing you're wearing will affect the insulation itself. So you can have a puffy jacket and it's got high insulation, but if it's badly damaged, not only will you not be able to equip it to you until you stitch it up with a sewing kit or duct tape, um, the insulation, because it says high insulation, you'll still freeze to death because it's got a bunch of holes, it's ripped, it's whatever. So you want to keep an eye on the condition of all your stuff, your weapons, your items, things like that. You will pick up food, you will pick up fruit, you will pick up things off of the ground that you think, oh, it's dried and I might be able to eat it, but if it's spoiled fruit, and you eat it, you will give yourself a bacteria and kill yourself. This is a good example right here. We just found an apple on the ground here. Um, you know, you don't want to discriminate when it comes to food, but I am not going to eat that because it's just it's damaged. I'm not going to risk getting an infection. Um, you will find through other channels and people that have been playing this game for longer than I have different tips and different thought processes on these items and but as far as for me personally, being a beginning player, um, I just tend to stay away from anything that's not in pristine condition when it comes to food. I basically look at it like as if it was in real life. You're not going to go to the store and purchase an opened bag of chips and then start eating it because you don't know who's been messing with it, right? Right. So that's the mentality that I have when I play this game. Is I want to make sure that I'm safe and that I'm doing things safe so that I can survive a little bit longer. Um, that the character that I was using when I first jumped into this game, I was like I said, I was on the fence about because I was rolling with that character literally for like a month, just about a month. I had rifles, I had ammo, I had all of that. And in the blink of an eye, because it was dark and I wasn't paying attention, I lost all that. When you die, you respawn just with the bare necessities. You don't get your stuff back unless for some reason you can find where your body died. If you find your body, you can get your stuff back, but the game tends to respawn you across the map from your last known location. So, and then within a certain number of game hours, you things will despawn. So there's that. Um, and that's pretty much it, guys. It's a survival game, So you play it however you want. If you want to be that guy that's gonna run around and um, pillage from other players, you have that right. Is it cool? Is it fair? Some people are going to say no, but that's just the reality of it. Because in reality, if this was to really happen, you would have those types of people. You got your good people and your bad people. Now we've come across some good stuff here. We got a cleaver, so now I've got my sharp item that I can use to craft things with, and we found a well. So now I can fill up this water bottle with clean water. We are going to drink a little bit from here. And on the bottom right, you're going to notice your health. There's a blood drop there. There is a thermometer. There is an apple, and there is a bottle. That bottle is your liquids. You see how I have three dots or three arrows going up. Um, so what's happening is I've already given myself dysentery here. There was no option to wash my hands, unfortunately. I should have just drank from the bottle, um, but I didn't. So that little bacteria symbol that popped up, that meant that I've caught some kind of bug. Um, but on the bottle itself, you're going to see the three arrows going up. That means that my hydration is going up. You want these icons to be in the white. That's what you want. Um, so if they're not in the white, you're trying to get them there. Um, so as you can see, my hydration is going up, and if I continue drinking through here, it will eventually turn white, which is where we want to be. Now you can die of things like dehydration, die from hunger. So your first priorities are going to be finding water and finding food. As of right now, I haven't really come across any kind of food, which puts me in a bad spot. You can get food from different sources. Um, you see that I got a chicken, so let's see if we can't cook this chicken here. I do need to make some gloves so that I can... How do I get into this house? Alright. Boom. There's a sweater right there. What we're going to do is we're going to take this cleaver. We're going to put it in our hands. We are going to craft some rags out of this stuff that's on the ground here. Now that we got some rags, we're going to take these rags and we're going to put them... we're going to put these in our hands. We are going to craft some improvised hand wraps. Alright, we're going to take those, and those automatically equip. We are also going to make an improvised face wrapping. And like I said, that's going to protect us from the cold. It's going to protect us from like some kind of gas, whatever the situation may be. You can't really see it through my helmet, but you see it around my neck, so it's automatically equipped. So we got that. We've used up all of our rags, and that's how you do that. Now that we've got a sharp object, let's go ahead. Ooh, we got daylight coming up. That's going to really, really help us out. So we're going to go over here with this in our hand, and we are going to find, let's see if we can find a tree that we can get some wood from here. Crafting a hook is going to be great so that we can do some fishing. You do need a fishing line or some string and a stick to do it with, but fishing is going to be your best friend in this game. So now we've got, we're going to take that hook, we're going to take that hook, we are going to You can also craft. It says craft bolt, so you can craft crossbow ammo with this stuff. We're gonna take that. Let me see here. There is cows around here that I can choose to. Uh, Cows, sheep, chickens, things like that. That you can use to whatchamacallit. You can skin them for their hides to make things to keep you dry. You can also take the meat for food. Um, the feathers from the chicken you can use to make arrows. The meat you can eat so that you don't die from hunger. So here we go. I'm going to close that. All right. We're going to open this up. We are going to put these sticks in our hand. We are going to place these sticks in here. All right, now that we've got our fireplace, luckily I picked up some matches. So what we're going to do is we are going to, let me see here. How do I do this here? Put those in the inventory. Maybe I don't have enough. Let me see here. We're going to move that into here. Oh, I need 10. Wow. Okay. So we are going to put this in our hands. We are going to attach that in here. Okay. I'm putting that in my hands. We are going to combine, and we're going to skin and quarter this chicken. Wow, look at all that. That is exactly what I'm talking about. So we are going to try to cook all of this stuff here. These bones, you can craft them into either knives or fishing hooks, whatever you'd like. I'm taking those feathers, but for right now, I'm only worried about the chicken. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if I can't put this in my hands. We're going to attach it in here. And then right here, we are going to, gosh, I don't remember how to start this. Oh, I need kindling is what I need. Jeez, I hope I don't die before I get this figured out, guys. Like I said, I just started this game. I don't have very many hours clocked, but I'm trying to figure it out just as good or as much as everybody else. So let's see if we can't get some kindling here. Bam. We're taking that firewood right there. Okay. So let's see. She's seriously hurting right now. We're gonna put that in there. Maybe now I can do this. No, maybe not. Gosh, guys, I don't know how to freaking do this. some kindling. Is there a shirt or something that I can use to start this fire? Let's look over here. Yes. Okay. Alright, girl. Bear with me here. We are going to do our best. Okay. We're going to craft some rags. Taking these rags. Let's see here. Putting these to our hands. We're attaching that. Now we got some kindling, and hopefully, if all goes well, let's pick our cleaver back up here. If everything goes well, I should, in theory, be able to. And how come I can't? I don't understand how I'm not getting this fire going here. Could it be because my matches might be damp? They are damp. Well, shoot. Alright, well, that's definitely going to be an issue. Oh, look, we found a steak knife as well. We're going to take that. Well, shoot, guys. Let's see here. This stick, we're going to drop this. Maybe I can do a, I forget what they're called. Maybe we can start a fire with this. Feeding a fire, setting traps, construction purposes, fixing a fracture, and more. It's okay. We are going to figure this out. Gosh. I'm just convinced, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just convinced that maybe I don't have enough here. I wish my matches weren't damp, because that would have been really, really awesome to keep here. I'm going to have to drop these matches, guys, because they're not doing anything to help me out. I did find a magazine, or a clip, so... Gosh, that's just really just unfortunate. So basically, what I was trying to do is you want to get in here, you want to start this fire, then you're able to cook your chicken before it spoils, and you've got food going. With that being said, smoke will produce from the chimney here, which will give you away to players. So cook at your own discretion, whether it's a bonfire, campfire, whatever. The smoke will give your position away, but you won't have the light giving you away if you use a fireplace. There's so much more to this game, so much more tips and things like that, guys. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and end it right there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it helped out a little bit. On the next video, we're going to pick up with the same character, and the thing is, whenever you exit, your character stays on the server. So whenever I spawn back in on this server, this character will be decked out with whatever I left them with, and we'll be able to pick up where we left off. But like I said, there's just so much to this game that I can't just put into one video. But thank you so much for watching, guys. This is DayZ. I'm gonna add it to a playlist. We're gonna be running this game. Also, check out my other videos. I got some Oblivion stuff on there. Check out the shorts. I got a Mechabellum video on there. Like I got some stuff on the channel, guys. So please check that out. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell icon for the notifications to be notified when we're going to be dropping new stuff. It's your boy Smoothfinger715 saying I hope you guys have a great day. You're blessed and you're loved, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.